First overall, baby. First overall. Let's go. All right, now that's out of the way, welcome back to the Not a Dollars, the No Money Spent squad. We've been grinding a little bit more recently. All right, I did make a declaration that I would play Hut Champs in its entirety last weekend. Gotta be honest, my wife went away for the weekend, and I had solo dad duty. I gotta say, as a parent, I have no idea how people are able to do like full champs runs, cut the grass, find some time to exercise, and then like just be able to sit. But nonetheless, we went 7-4, so we get a couple collectibles. Let's grab those. Shout out to all the dads out there. Now, those 7 champs wins do net me 4 power-up collectibles, essentially. So it does give us some options. Let's go through those real quick. One would be finishing off Gordie Howe, or at least getting his recent upgrade. I do need 4, so that would essentially just get him a +1. But I really feel like even just getting 7 wins in Hut Champs or playing like, 12 games or whatever, just to get 1 overall and 1 card is just kind of rough. We could also go with Drew Doughty as well. 4 would get him up to his 96, inching closer to really 98 being where you kind of need him. Obviously 99 maxes out everything, but you can basically do that at 98 and then save yourself 8 power-up collectibles. The other thing we could do is rip a couple packs, mega players packs, or maybe a, jumbo elite players pack and an elite pack, something like that, just because that would be more fun. However, another interesting one is I could trade in some things and then move Austin Matthews' HUD Elite card all the way up to his 96, his team of the season. I've mentioned before that there isn't a really big increase in this 96 overall team of the season card as opposed to his Elites card, especially if you're playing at center, because I do love gold quick draw. But I actually think that it's probably time, and especially with speed boost being that middle synergy, we can get him up to 95 speed. Gold make it snappy on Austin Matthews is kind of intriguing, especially because he plays a little bit lower in my lineup. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I can trade in, again, my HUD Elites item, and I already have 2 team of the season collectibles, so I would need 13 more. Now, what I can do is trade in the 2 team of the year options that I've got in McKinnon and McDavid. I would not recommend doing this if you're still holding on, if you can, because at some point we're probably going to get like a 92 and above trade-in set, which would offer you more value. But in all honesty, I don't care about waiting. I'm still going to play the game throughout the summer, so it is what it is. So we'll throw McDavid in here. Feels a little rough, but again, nothing really I can do with this card because I'm going to use his team of the season version for the rest of the year. So there goes team of the year Connor McDavid, and there goes team of the year Nathan McKinnon. Now I also get 2 players packs with this. I'm not going to pull anything, but on the odd chance that I do, might as well open it up first. Who doesn't love good packs, Let's see a master set player. I don't think I've pulled one all year. There it is, Gustafsson. Nope, that ain't it. Okay, well, we tried. Quick pack, didn't take. Again, I wouldn't recommend the rest of the player base do this, but again, I just know that I'm playing all year round, so it is what it is. Nothing, no real harm in me doing it here. So we do need 1 more. All right, so I need 1 more. We'll grab one of these, and there we go. We've got the team of the season, Austin Matthews, and for not spending any money in the game this year, I'm actually really happy with how the team kind of turned out, because I essentially have all of the best master or power-up icon players in Gretzky, Lemieux, and Howe. I've got them maxed out. I've got Team of the Year Kachuk, as well as 4 different Team of the Season players, couple of the high-end team builder cards, so just pretty happy with how things turned out. Actually, I have 5 Team of the Season player items when you include Makar. So there we go. We've got Austin Matthews in there now. Let's see if we can work his synergies around, see what we can do here. His shot is already maxed, so sniper forward is pretty pointless. Playmaking forward would up his agility just a little bit. Two-way forward would max out his agility and his face-off rating, so let's see if we can get that activated. Obviously need to keep speed boost on, and then instead of shooting boost, again, his shots max, we'll go checking boost. Yeah, that's definitely the play here. So let's see if we can get two-way forward activated. We can actually throw it on, yeah, we'll throw it on Connor McDavid, and that actually gets his face-off rating +1 to 99. So now we've got a basically 99 face-offs essentially across the board here. So he's got 95 speed, 93 acceleration. Hopefully he gets an upgrade. Obviously with the Leafs knocked out now, I really don't have any faith in that. I am going to leave Gretzky as the number 2 center. So So I am feeling really good about the team. Back end wise, Makar and Pronger have been great. Hedman. It might be time to move on from Dougie Hamilton, or at least we're getting there, but I'm really not in any rush. And then Doughty, obviously, we're still slowly upgrading. Probably time to move on from McCabe, though. And then in net, we've got Thatcher Demko, who has just been a goalie. Now, we did get the new weekly mode updates objectives, which will have us completing a bunch of objectives with Central Division player items, and completing it will get us a 94 Marcus Foligno. And I'll be honest with you, kind of looks like a fun card. I mean, he's 6'3", 226, and if he's going to be free, you know, gold truculence with the buff is pretty fun. He is a pure winger, however, and I have a lot of left-handed wingers. Now, we have just gotten so many objective paths, which I don't hate. It's just so much on the screen. The Central Division Showcase objectives, it's going to require you to complete a bunch of objectives with obviously specific teams from the Central Division. So Deeks with the Blackhawks players, you can get that done in essentially 5 minutes. We've known this from the past. You go behind the net and just toe drag back and forth. Score goals with Coyotes players, you need 40 of them. Shoulder checks with any Minnesota Wild player, 125. Stick checks with any Blues player, you need 30 of those. Blocks with Preds, that's 20. Shots with Colorado Avalanche players, that's 100. And 125 body checks with the Winnipeg Jets. And then rounding that out, you need assists with Dallas Stars player items, you need 40 of them. Each one of these doesn't take an exceptional amount of time, but adding them all up is definitely going to take you a minute, and you only have a week to do so. I think the reward is worth it. Like, when we talk about time investment, getting a guaranteed 94 overall card that's actually kind of impactful is worth doing all of these objectives, but you're essentially going to have to sit there in squad battles and just put a team together, maybe one line. That would probably be the best way to do it. Every line is a different team, and it's just going to take you a bunch of time. So don't love that, but, you know, can't complain about free stuff, and I just wish there was a little bit more fun ways to do this. Like, I would love to be able to play the game any way that I want, like, let's say, Rivals, and get this completed, but there's no way to do that, because if I go into Rivals with base cards, I'm just going to get absolutely flooded in Division 1 and 2. Now, I did also get this Matt Duchene. I was able to finish it before that set expired, and I think this is probably the play to upgrade and remove Natchez from the lineup, because even just at 87 overall, he's got 94 speed and excel and 90 face-off. So when I look at my fourth line, this Martin Natchez has been a hero for me. 95 speed and excel, 87 face-offs, you know, slightly better right now, but we could just move Barzal over, throw in Matt Duchene, and maybe this is where I put my power-up collectibles if we were to use the Hut Champs rewards, because I talked about this in my prior video covering this card. Even though he's only a 96, this is a 99 overall card. Like, I think it was definitely worth doing. All the important stats are 99 across the board, so it is definitely a card I'm okay with upgrading. Just from the Hut Champs rewards, I could get him to an 89. I trade in that Natchez for a few more. I might be able to get up to 91. That's probably the play. So go over the power-up collectibles, head over to the 89. That gets me 5. Throw in Natchez, do 4 of the Hut Champs to power-up collectible sets. My God, I wish there was a better way to do this. And well, like I said, the free 94 overall Foligno is actually a really nice card. It's just, he's not going to replace Teravainen, Heatley, Kachuk, and this Jason Robertson card has been more than fine, and essentially it's the same kind of build. So all I'm getting is a 94 overall trade-in, which would get me like 6 power-up collectibles. So, you know, banging my head against the wall in squad battles trying to get those objectives done. I personally won't be doing it, but for anyone that doesn't have like a loaded team, I definitely recommend it. Okay, now he's a 91 overall. He's got 98 acceleration. I could go sniper forward on him to help out his shooting a little bit, and I'm more than happy with this card. He's got 94 faceoffs. Can move Barzal over to the wing with Robertson, and yeah, I'm really liking that upgrade. Obviously, fourth line is really not going to be that impactful, but I just think that was probably the right play. The other thing I do want to talk about, in my last video, I talked about my strategies, and there was one specific comment, and it was made by the Wild Rover, I think. It says, cycle shoot at 10 is your issue, dude. I put mine at like 3 and they move. It's still mad, but at 10-10, they ain't moving at all. So he's referring to this, where I've got my shooting at 10 and the cycle is at 0. I don't have any cycle. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to go the complete opposite way. So what I was referring to in my last video is that when you set players up in the offensive zone, they really just don't move. They don't fight to get open. I've tried this a number of times, but I thought, hey, you know what? Someone took the time to read that comment or to leave that comment, so we are going to give it a go go here and see how much if my forwards will actually move around in the offensive zone. Need to take a look at abilities as well by moving some things on. I'll leave shutdown and quick pick on Hedman. We'll do shutdown and quick pick on Makar. Pronger's got truculence. I could run a full quick pick. God, we talked about this a lot too, that Unstoppable Force just does not seem to do what it should anymore. I'm gonna put Shrug It Off on him there. I'm gonna try Unstoppable Force again though, man. I'm so back and forth on this. Make it snappy on essentially everybody. Matthews will put Silver Quick Draw and Gold Make It Snappy on. I'm actually gonna throw Wheels on the first line as well. I'm so hit or miss. It's all over the place. Heat Seeker on a couple of my defensemen because I like to throw it from the point. And Big Tipper on Kachuk just for fun. So again, the goal is to get to Division 1 by the end of this year. I'm at 1976, just sniffing around it, you know, just all around it. It is burst this week, which is nice because you can get in a lot more games, so it kind of helps out that goal. Just want to take a look at the lines real quick. Everything seems to be okay. Something that I want to talk about real quick is that I like to make my forward lines and D pairings the exact same as they are in my actual lineup. And the reason for that is too often I find when you get a power play and you mix and match that your lines are then all jacked up in terms of energy. Specifically on like the penalty kill, what I'll do is I'll have two players from the same line. I just don't mix and match. So I've got McDavid and Teravainen from the first line, Gretzky and Mario from the second, and then I've got Matthews and Gordie Howe from the third. And then the D pairs, because you don't send out one unit, keep your D pairs the exact same because again, you'll have someone that has max energy no matter what. And then I kind of like that my fourth line is actually pretty solid. When it comes to overtime lineups and 3-on-3, it's actually brutal because 3-on-3 overtime is just awful in game. Whoever is the fastest, like you just want to put out your fastest players, whether they're offense, defense, doesn't matter. We'll go Barzal there, and then the last spot will actually go the new Duchesne. All right, I can't believe the Sharks got first overall. I mean, we're already yapping, but it's so weird. The 23 years that I've been a fan of the San Jose Sharks, it's something that I've never experienced. Obviously, first overall. The highest they've gotten was third, and they didn't have that pick. They got screwed because the season got shut down, so Ottawa got gifted the third overall pick. And getting Will Smith last year was fantastic, but obviously you missed out on kind of the big three. Will Smith was kind of in that range, and he looks great already, so I'm not really concerned about that. But obviously it was tough to not win the lottery last year. But Macklin Celebrini, like, in my opinion, what it does is it takes the Sharks from maybe making the playoffs in 5 seasons and fast forwards it to 4. That's my realistic expectation. Like, I think that this season they won't finish dead last. It depends if Celebrini and Smith go back to college, which is a real possibility. We'll have to wait and see. I pray that Celebrini is playing or Will Smith, because as a Sharks fan, if they're gonna lose all games, that's fine, but give me some hope. Like this year watching William Eklund was awesome, right? But he was the only one. The second he wasn't on the ice, it was like, oh god, like none of these guys are gonna be here. So once Smith and Celebrini make the roster, then we're laughing. I have no problem watching the games in their entirety and not wanting to just slam my head against the, you know, the desk. And I watched the games this year, you know, it was rough, but I think that they will flirt with a playoff spot maybe in 3 years, but 4 would be my expectation now that they got Celebrini. All right, who we got? All right, Jerlaski. Need a dub. Gotta focus. Can't be losing games. We gotta get back to 2000 CR. We're playing on Quebec Ping. What else is new? Here we go. Dial it in. We're gonna be utilizing that middle play again that I showed you guys in that YouTube short I made. But we're also going to see if I can't set up in the offensive zone and see if the players now move now that I set my cycle to 3 and not 0. We'll see. I'm also on defense going to keep trying to force players to the outside. Like, so many times I try to meet them along the boards, and in this game, it just does not work. Fired on. Rebound. Get in! It's in! I mean, hey, I didn't kick it in. And it counts! Let's go! I was going to say. Also going to try and pay attention on Unstoppable Force. I really don't think it does anything much anymore, especially when you... Oh, see, what did I just say? Force to the outside. And I immediately give it up. All right, we'll watch for that up the middle play. That's a good read by him. And a bad force by me, but we're good. Literally nothing more frustrating than your AI just not getting out of the fucking way. Do it again. He's got quick draw. Usually when people have quick draw, they just go backhand straight back, so I'm going to tie up here. And we outsmart him. Oh, Healy, just take it. I mean, It's all about winning draws and knowing what people are going to do, you know? That's the one thing I have stated for years that I'm very good at in this game and in NHL, and it's the face-offs. And, you know, it just gives you a massive advantage. That was a mess right there, by the way. Okay. So when people have goal quick draw, a lot of them will just go backhand straight back. So you've got to do the counter against someone with goal quick draw or you're going to lose. He's probably expecting it, so I'm going to go tie up. Okay, we're good. The danger there is that if I go backhand straight back and he ties up there, I lose. Like, he literally will just score. All right, will the AI move? Tipped on. That's a great tip. I mean, I don't know what you're doing up there, Dougie. But that's a perfect set tip play. Love that. Forewarning, guys, also, the sliders, like, I don't think they do anything. I've asked the developers, and they can't even give me, like, a firm, like, yes or no. I think that they're mostly just for offline. All right, let's see if we can get a play open. This guy's sitting up top like he's reading. Oh, here we go. Like he knows what I'm doing. Maybe he's a viewer. Keeping the inside. In the dots with the defenseman. I mean, not the play we want to give up, but that's all right. Wait. Now? Rebound? It's almost in. Wow, I'm just getting manhandled there. All right, 2-0 in the first. We'll take that. In a burst game, that's good. Just trying to fire more snapshots on that make it snappy is just really good. Nice. Intercept. We're going to saucer this into the corner. Oh. Nice move by him there. That was really the only play he had. Wow. I mean, that's a great goal. That's just a great goal. Okay. Okay. Got to sit up a little bit more now. This kid's grinding. Let's go. Left him open. Can't do that. All right, Heater. Way to get it back. Stay in the dots. In the dots. In the dots. Is he trying to pass it into the net? Not what I wanted to do there. Wrong pass. I don't know what's happening. He's going to force, maybe? Nice read. No speed at the line, but we'll take it. No room. All right, do they move? The problem is I'm using behind the net now, not overload. I need to go back to overload to test this, I think. God, make it snappy. Oh, throw that in. Oh, I mean... Okay. All right, we're cooking right now. Kind of a dagger shot, too. 4-1, end of 2. Okay. Okay. Double the shots. Same TOA, though. He's played well. And that goal that he scored, I mean, if you're watching, props, brother. That was nasty. Stay to the inside. Stay to the inside. I disagree. All right. Gotta kill it off. Gotta kill it off. See ya. What a feed. We're getting a penalty shot. Okay, with McCabe. Guys, again, head up the ice and just watch for your players streaking. And you can... Personally, I've been using the icon passing, just trying to get a little bit better with it. And that's where I found it to be the most impactful. Is because it kind of also gives you an idea where they are, too, because the icon's above their head. We're going to go backhand here. Should have done it earlier. Should have jump deked. Backhand straight back. He's going to kick. Nope, tie up. I hate when I hit A. See if we can back out into the slot. Nope. Man. Ran out of room. Oh, I love that you went immediately for the change. Oh, what a stick. All right, I haven't really noticed Matthews, probably because it's on burst, but... Weak shot. Get it again. Be cool to take a one-timer with him, but... Whoo! We covered that well, though. So, yeah. Nice little deke. Ah, good block. I don't know why I just stared at him to let that up. That was a really bad play by me. I'm literally just staring at him. I knew where he was going, and I'm just like, why don't you have this, sir? Let's smarten up. Let's smarten up here. All right, let's watch McDavid curl at the line. Nope. McKinnon. Rimming around. Back out in front. Ugh. It's funny when you set up a play and you're almost doing it too quickly that you're not giving yourself enough time and space. Oh, wow. What the? It's a big dub. We take those. We take those. What are we up to now? Closing in on 2,000 again. 1984. Good year. All right. OTO8, 14 shots. Take a look at the point distribution. It's just all over, which is nice, you know? Don't hate that. Possession time. Man, I loved carrying the puck with Teravainen. And Kachuk, random. Okay, not bad. So I think what I have to do to test that cycle shoot slider thing is in the next episode, I'll go back to Overload, because Overload, you notice it more than anything. Because in the Overload, once you've got it set up, your players just stick. Behind the net, they kind of rotate a little bit, but it's just the 3 forward. And I do like Overload more than behind the net. So in the next video, we'll try Overload with the cycle and shoot down at 0 to cycle, and we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next episode. Go Sharks!